Today, we're looking at two paddles from a company called Standout, which is a new company created by one of the original 6-0 founders. And the two paddles we have today are the CF3 in 16mm and the CF3 in 14mm. And these paddles didn't fall too far from the 6-0 tree. There's definitely some shared DNA here. Also, be sure to stick around until the end of the video to see how to enter a giveaway and potentially win one of these paddles for free. But let's get right into it. I want to start with my favorite of the two, the CF3 in 16mm. Its face is Japanese T700 Toray carbon fiber. It's elongated with an arrow curve. It's thermoformed unibody with perimeter edge foam. It has what they're calling a reactive narrow cell honeycomb polypropylene core. The dimensions are 16.5 by 7.5 inches. The handle length is 5.5 inches. The grip circumference is a comfortable 4.25 inches. And the approximate weight is about 8 to 8.2 ounces. It does include a neoprene paddle cover. There's a 3-month manufacturing defects warranty, and the price is $153 after you use promo code MatthewK for a 10% discount. Okay, Chris Olsen from Pickleball Studio has talked about 6-0 and his love for the double black diamond for as long as I've been playing pickleball. And recently he said he thinks the Hurache-X Control Plus from 11.624 is like a double black diamond but with more power and more pop that also has an extended handle. And in my own review of that very good paddle from 11.624, I shared that I disagree a bit with that comparison. The Hurache is getting some of that power and pop boost from the addition of fiberglass to its face, which makes it feel and play very stiff. So the ball flies right off when it touches the Hurache's surface, which is a lot different than the double black diamond's fully raw carbon fiber face. I would say the DBD's face wraps around the ball just a little bit more, letting you get a touch more control with that increase in dwell time. So where does the CF3 fit into all of this? Well, it has all that boost in power and pop, potentially more power as the Hurache, but with a very similar touch and feel as the DBD because the CF3 is still using a fully carbon fiber surface as its face. There's no fiberglass. So that translates to a touch and feel that's super familiar to folks that love the DBD or other carbon fiber face paddles. The dwell time is just what you'd expect. It's what I know and love. For my own personal preference, I still add a little tungsten down at the bottom corners, just like I do with the DBD and the Hurache as well, to make the paddle just a bit more controllable to help me keep balls down. But this paddle plays very similarly to the DBD, in my opinion. It just hits harder and deeper with more pop in the short game, and then it does have that extended handle for those two-handed backhands as well. I think the CF3 really shows how the DBD is becoming more and more an all-court paddle, because this and so many other power paddles are packing such bigger wallops than the DBD at this point. I will also add that I've been testing a lot of power paddles these days, and I think what makes the CF3 stand out is that it's got that power and pop increase through its design and how the core is modified while still using a manufacturing process that's tried and true. That's in contrast to what we're seeing with some of these Gen 3 power paddles, which are made a lot differently and seem to be having some major quality control issues as well as compliant issues with the USAP. So if you're looking for Gen 3 level power and pop, but with a paddle that will hopefully not fall apart on you or get delisted, this is one to consider. And then Standout does have this paddle in 14mm, which seems to have a slightly different weight range, but with most of the same specs. And for me personally, I'm not usually a big fan of thinner cores, and I think you would only choose the 14mm over the 16mm if you're a major lover of the 14mm cores for whatever reason. I do think it plays very similarly to the 16mm, but it just doesn't feel as secure to me when I hit, if that makes any sense. A lot of times folks choose thinner cores because they want additional power. However, the 16mm packs more punch than I think you'll ever need, so you get the best of both worlds with that one. A beefy 16mm core that pockets the ball for the short control game that's also a freaking cannon at the baseline. I would highly recommend folks choose the 16mm and only go for the 14mm if they have a super specific reason. As for value, Standout is undercutting 6-0's pricing of the DBD by $10 after you use promo code MatthewK. And for what you're getting, a more powerful, poppier DBD with a longer handle and arguably better touch and feel, that price seems more than fair. Also, I want to re-emphasize how much I appreciate Standout improving and perfecting existing design and manufacturing techniques rather than starting from scratch with so many unknown variables involved. It makes me more optimistic about these paddles' durability compared to Power Gen 3 paddles we see coming out that seem to be super prone to defects and to breaking down in some way. All in all, I think Standout is here to stay, and I think it's going to push 6-0 to stay on their A game if they want to continue to be competitive. It's exciting to see a new company come onto the scene with such solid and interesting paddles right out of the gate. They could have easily tried to replicate what had been done at 6-0 and tried to do it at a cheaper price point. Instead, they're evolving what was already so good without getting lost in the new, less proven tech. I really think perfecting Gen 2 paddles is a great idea, and I'm excited to see what Standout does next. As for the giveaway, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe, comment which version you want and why, and then fill out the Google form in the description so I have a way to contact you if you win. That's it. The raffle will be in about a month, so be on the lookout for an email. Good luck! And I'll be sure to leave a link in the description for Standout's site. Don't forget to use promo code MatthewK for that 10% discount. I'll also leave some links and codes for some other cool paddles and paddle companies. Be sure to check those out. Using those does help me and helps the channel, so it's always appreciated. And also please like and subscribe. That helps me a lot too. But most importantly, I hope you get to pickle soon, and just don't forget, it's about having fun.